Heads up, I'm gonna be talking a lot in this video, so if you don't like that, please stay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I could answer a couple questions that I got via Snapchat about natural hair. And I want to start off by saying that I am in no way a natural hair guru. I too am on a journey. I am not a cosmetologist. I ain't got no degree in this. I just thought I might share a couple of answers to questions people might have, because you know, I'm currently on this journey and things that I've learned may help you guys. So let's get started. The first question comes from Portia, and she says, why don't I see progress of growth after a full head sew-in or having cornrows? It's like my hair is cursed at the shoulder back length. Okay, so full head sew-ins and cornrows I know are protective styles, which is a good thing if you want to keep manipulation off your hair. And I am no way against it. I'm actually for protective styles, but I'm not for having them in for several months at a time. Girl, at some point you gotta unwind them cornrows and you really have to you have to take out your sew-in. I know the bundles were probably a lot of money, but invest in wigs, you know, invest in something that you can take off really quickly. Having protective styles in too long can actually cause more damage than we would like. It actually, whenever you take out the braids, you'll find that more hair is breaking off because people don't often moisturize and oil their hair underneath, and they're not taking care of the hair underneath protective styles. And once in a while, take it out and let your hair breathe. So like if you're one of those people that protective styling is the way to go, you don't like to touch your hair, that's great, but make sure you're taking care of the hair underneath by washing it regularly, oiling it regularly, moisturizing your hair, and taking the braids out and trimming every once in a while. Take out the sew-ins, take out the braids, take out the crochets, and wash your hair and trim your hair so that when it's time to reinstall and then take it down, you're not pulling hair that's been neglected out of your scalp. You know, you want to serve the purpose of a protective style by actually protecting your hair underneath. Nicole asks me how to make your hair grow faster. There's really no way there's really no way to make your hair grow faster. Everybody has a genetically predispositioned growth rate. So for me, I want to say it's about ½ an inch a month. And that's really not going to change unless you're taking supplements like biotin or some other hair growth vitamins, which I don't use, by the way. So I don't know very much about them, but I can tell you that sometimes you won't see progress whenever your hair is growing because it is breaking off just as fast as it is growing. So changing up your routine to make sure that you are retaining as much length as possible can help you see the growth, help you see that ½ an inch if you're like me every single month, because that will add up at the end of the year, at the end of 6 months, and you will see a change if you're actually retaining length, if you get what I mean. Ayomi Day asks me, I want to know when would be the right time for me to trim my 4C hair because I honestly cannot tell. Thank you. Yeah, this is an excellent question that I've actually been experimenting with the past year and a half. I would just kind of check my hair to see if I need a trim. Some people, like my hairstylist, tells me that, you know, I should be trimming my hair every 3 to 4 months, which is like the normal guideline for people, but I'm not about to trim my hair every 3 months because I feel like my hair grows too slow. Like I said, ½ an inch a month for me to really see any changes in growth, and yeah, I just think it's a little bit unnecessary for me. However, for most people the guideline is 3 to 4 months, but how you can check and personalize it to your hair is by checking the ends. If you're twisting your hair or you're braiding your hair and the braid or twist unravels and for no particular reason, your ends are probably really damaged and they're not going to hold any kind of form. If it's becoming extremely hard to detangle your hair, like you cannot finger detangle, everything's turning into a matted mess, or your tools aren't helping, then it's probably time to trim your hair as well. You need to get rid of the damaged ends, split ends, single strand knots at the end. So I do that whenever I'm having a really hard time detangling, and that turns into like every 4 to 5 months. I feel that helps me, and it could help you. So check to see if those signs whenever you do your next wash day routine and you're braiding your hair when it's wet. If your hair unravels, it's probably time to trim. If you cannot detangle, it's probably time to trim. And even if you can't hold moisture in your hair, you're finding that your hair is getting really dry, it's probably time to trim, fam. Joella asks, what products should I use? Like, where do I start when I'm just starting this journey? Well, congratulations on starting your natural hair journey. I would say there are a host of products for you to try out, and really it's just about experimentation. But your basic things are your liquids, so water, some people get liquid leave-in conditioners, then moisturizers, something to kind of keep the liquid inside, and then your oils and your butters to seal it in. That's an in-depth video coming soon, but you can do your research here on YouTube or even on blogs talking about products. And for me, products do not matter so much as the routine, because if your routine is crap, if you buy the most expensive things or even the cheaper things, then you will not see the products doing good to your hair. Products only help, but the routine is the foundation to which your hair can grow. So practicing good habits, even with really cheap products, can help. So yeah, try that first. Bridget asked, how can I grow my edges? So Bridget, this is a common issue with a lot of women who have natural hair, who have permed, relaxed hair. I believe that our edges are the most delicate parts of our hair besides our ends, because the ends are oldest, but the edges can be put under a lot of stress, I've realized. And this happens through protective styling, like I said before, like wearing braids that stress out your hairline, putting a lot of pressure on your hairline, cornrows and flat twists that put a lot of pressure on your hairline, and really sleek styles that require you to get those boar brushes and slather on some gel and like really slick it back and to get some waves. I love doing that, but I've actually realized it's kind of damaging, and I'm actually on a journey right now to grow out the front of my hair to match the length of the back of my hair, because you can't see it right now. There's a reason why these bangs are not like coming down here. Is because like I have little fuzzies here that broke off from me getting excited that I can finally put my hair into like a puff and then using a brush to slick it back. Yeah, that's actually really damaging. So I would recommend going easy on protective styling, moisturizing your edges just like you would moisturize the rest of your hair. So put a liquid in, like water, like every night. I have made it a routine to put water in and then seal it with castor oil or shea butter. And so also wearing a bonnet and putting on a satin pillowcase if you can, so that your hair is not being dried out by cotton, because cotton is a very absorbent material. If you use a cotton pillowcase, or if you don't sleep with anything to protect your hair, then cotton as an absorbent material is going to absorb the moisture from your hair, and that's going to lead to breakage even at your ends and even at your edges. So yes. She said, how to keep your edges controlled. Well, it's the same thing. To grow, you need to be practicing healthy edge habits, which I can make a video on because I don't want to be talking for 11 years. This helicopter has been around at least 4 times. But anyway, I know some people use the boar brushes, and that's all cool and nice if your edges are made of steel, but most people aren't. And so the tried and true method is to just like get some gel that you really trust, and slather it down. Gel won't break your hair unless you're using gel with alcohol, and just really slather it down, and then use your hands to smooth it back, and then immediately get a scarf and wrap it around, girl. Lay it down and don't touch it for like maybe 20 minutes while you're doing your makeup or getting dressed. That usually helps me. How often are you supposed to moisturize your hair? I moisturize my hair. I'm starting to do it again, but I've actually fallen off a little bit. I used to moisturize my hair every single night. I'm going back to that. I moisturize it now every single night. Liquid, cream, oil, or liquid oil, cream. I forgot what I do. And twist it and go to sleep. If it's in the wash and go style, I just spray, put oil in it, and then go to sleep on my satin pillowcase. Some people can go longer in between. So if you have a weekly wash day routine, then you can go without doing every single day, I think, because at the end of the week you're gonna wash it out and really deep condition. And my deep condition wash day routine is very, very extensive, to where I am moisturized, my hair is moisturized for at least 2 days without touching up. But like once it gets in the middle of the week, it's time to, you know, moisturize. If your hair is like feeling drier than normal through the weather, sometimes I moisturize it, just so that I'd rather have moisturized hair than brittle hair throughout the week. I feel like that's common sense. Okay, this video is getting kind of long. Let me wrap it up. Stephanie asks, I've been bald-headed for 3 years now. And all my mates have surpassed me in hair length. Please help. Well, first of all, I want to tell you that it is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is a natural hair journey. Nobody is just waking up with beautiful, long, natural hair, beautiful, healthy, natural hair. What you can do is pay attention to what you're doing, because everyone's hair is different and they have adjusted. People who are successful in retaining length or having really healthy hair have adjusted the basics to their hair, because their hair adjusts to different things. And it's really just about finding what works for your hair and then sticking to the routine. Just like how you work out, if you do enough reps, then you will see, you know what I'm trying to say, you'll see change. You will see, I tried. So yeah, just focus, experiment, don't give up. Always experiment, always do your research, ask for help to see what you might be doing wrong. So yeah, don't compare yourself to anybody else. My hair has been the same length for the past year. It doesn't break off. I do protective styles, but I have 0 length retention unless my hair is dry and has been twisted for 2 days. There's a whole lot going in this question, but let's break it down. So like I told Stephanie and everyone else, I think, just find a routine and stick to it. Sometimes protective styling falls into people's routines a little bit too often and for too long. And I've also seen like a lot of my friends wear protective styles very frequently, as in there is rarely a time where they don't wear their hair out, which is fine if their hair is flourishing, because like I said, do you boo, grow your hair out. But I feel like having a dedicated time in between styles to really understanding your hair and what it responds to before you put in another protective style helps in the learning process. Because say you put in crochet braids and you take them out, and then like 5-6 days later you put in regular braids, you're not really giving yourself enough time to really understand what works for your hair, to really understand your routine. And then if you're changing something, to see if it works. 5 days is not enough time to see if finger detangling works better than using a Denman brush, which it probably will, but you know, you're not learning anything. So I would recommend really taking a break in between styles to learn how your hair responds to things and how your hair responds to your hair habits. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my answers, and I hope I answered some questions, and I hope it helps you guys during your journey. Okay, bye guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do the works, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.